Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapez 2, version 1.0. We've been working on a couple of MAMs. We've got a regular MAM and a Crystal MAM. Our Crystal MAM is running into some issues, and the issues are that we're just not getting enough fluid because we're using this the mixer that we created for our shape. Works fine for shapes. It's not working great for the crystals. That said, it is working. It's just working very slowly, and not a big fan of that. The other issues that, like, for instance, well, see, these are all good shapes. So we've got good shapes in here, but there's an issue when we do a switchover that it just takes time for good shapes to really get set in there. So I think I want to take this and shift it to here. Change that there, and then maybe see our trash can module fit in here. No. Doesn't fit in there as built. It could fit in there. It could fit in there with some modification, though. Could do that. So maybe I'm gonna do that, like right there. Of course, it would take some tweaking, but that's okay. That's an idea. Now, I did let things run a bit, and guess what? We've gotten to 4 layers on our regular MAM. So I want to go and get that rocking. Let's also grab some operator shapes here. Look at that, 30 million shapes per level. We also discovered that the random operator shape for crystals will kick out uncolored crystals, which is news to me, so that's very exciting. We got to do that first time blending the uncolored color, which is also known as gray. So one of the things I wanted to do is take a look and see what we can do to fix this, so these guys will just run through quicker and just be quicker. Like you can see right now, there's none on this thing. There's a couple that are here going through. All right, there we go. We finally got to the next shape. So that said, these are all bad, and it's going to take so long for these to clear out that it's just going to take forever. That's why, yeah, I think we need to just clear out this guy, and then we'll clear out all the shapes out of this. So we only get correct shapes in here, which is going to help this go a lot quicker. So I built a little test bed, and let's go take a look at that. So here is a little test bed. This is our crystallizer. Now, here's the thing. We know the crystallizer works at full speed. As long as we feed in 2 full belts of fluid, then it is good. And we are all set. Now, here's where my thinking was. Like, here's, full tanks of this shape. And this is what we currently have for our primary colors, blue, red, and green. And so this comes in here, fills into the system. And my thought then was, oh, this is going to be rocking. This is straight through and going. Well, I mean, it goes, but it doesn't get full speed. It ends up being about 1/3 speed. I think it doesn't even, or maybe it gets up to 50%. Maybe it gets up to halfway, but it's not good. Not good. Yeah, I guess it's a solid 50%. That's still better than what we're seeing down there right now, right? And let's clear this out, because what we're seeing down there is the equivalent of this. I need to clear this out just so we have accurate testing. Oh. So this comes in because it's going through this quad gate that we created. Actually, I made a... I mean, it's not a quad gate. It's a 6x gate, all right? So those the blended colors are basically like this. They're coming in from a single stack of fluid tanks, going through 6 pump gates, and this is where we end up with very slow workflow. All right, it's very slow on the way through. I think we're only at, this is where I think we're at about a third. So then I start thinking, well, geez, if that's not it, maybe it's, you know, we gotta go bigger. And that's why you were already seeing this over here, this beast. So this doubles the tanks, because here's where I think we're running into a problem. These fluid tanks have a throughput of 1,800 liters per minute. And that, it doesn't matter how many gates you get. Like I tried this. I said, hey, let's have 24 gates, right? That's 23 up there. 24 pipe gates from this little guy. And it still was not quick enough because it can only supply enough fluid for these based on 4 times 1,800. So what we need is this. So look at this. When I connect this, and there's no pipe gates, keep in mind. Let's give it a minute. But spoiler alert, this gets up to full speed. This gets up to 100% flow. And you'll see we're already getting up there. And even up here. Yeah. Yep. Right here. 100%. Alright, so it takes time to get there. But then, yeah, you can see it's pushing shapes back. It's rocking. So that is the thing. Well, the thing is, with our design, we got to have these gates. Right? We have to have pipe gates. All right, so here it is with all of the with the 28 or 24 pipe gates, and these guys. This isn't even full, but watch this. We're gonna bring this in and connect it in there, and you can see this is draining the fluid pretty quickly, right? What about from a lower one? Yep. It's draining that fluid quickly, but you can see that's what's going to start working, right? Give it a minute here. Yeah, you can see it back here already. 100%. It's working. So this is moving stuff. So that's saying that to do this build correctly, this is what we need. We need this many, and that's just for blue. We would need this for red and for green as well. But not only that, we would also need this for all the different colors, for cyan, magenta, yellow. We would need that for black, for white, and for uncolored. So it's doable. It is definitely doable. I'm going to delete all this test bed stuff now. It's doable. It's just not realistic. So we can see these shapes are coming in while we've been talking, and So it's all, you know, it's good. It's cruising along. It's getting to where we want it. And that's all we can do. I'm gonna make this little trash bin and see if that helps with the switch over. Yeah, do that. All right, so this is the shape that I want to bring down into this wire. It just happens to be right up here, which is great. And yeah, let's just run it in here. Alright, so that's going to send all these guys off to the trash now. The only section I've got to worry about is the top layer, which is not going to be able to reach. Alright, it's not beautiful, but it works. So that's going to clear the trash out. And then in the meantime, this is just going to make all these shapes out of these crystals, which is okay. They're going to be wrong shapes, but it's making them. So what I'm saying here is I'm going to throw in the towel on this one. It is working. It just works slowly. It's not efficient. It's not great. But what I really want to work on is this. Let's get our let's get our 4-layer MAM going. So this is the top layer. That autosave is just killing me. Hey, by the way, if you appreciate these tips and tricks, please toss me a like and a subscribe. So I think that once we're done with this, we are going to be heading on over to manufacture modeville. Here's our shape. It's no colors, so that's nice. But this guy, 2 squares with a windmill, 2 circles with a spike, a full spike, square, circle, spike. So top one is going to be this. Boom. Done. Going. Alright. Now one of the things we've not enabled on this is the pins. Yeah. So that top one is going to come down and it's going to come into here. Now what we want is we want this to just be that. Yeah, that's perfect. Because we want this to be looking for that top shape, which is the only shape that should be making it through this trash can. Now over here, this is not correct. So what we need to do is copy some stuff up from the bottom. So this one is going to go up here. Yeah, this is our second layer, should be all spikes. So I'm going to take this guy, move him there, and do that. So yes, this one is all spikes, which is great. Let's go back down here. This one, yeah, is that square, circle, spike, square, circle, spike. Okay. That seems right, but I'm confused as to why that works the same as this. Is that We already doing a drop down? I don't think we are. Well, let's see if this works. All right, so that one is correct. This one should be just a double. And I think that's what it is. Coming out of this side here. This one, yeah, this one's coming out of the top, and the bottom one is coming out of there. So that's why it works. All right. Good, good. So these are now the correct shapes being called for on each layer. Now we need to go and make sure that the corresponding... So again, this one works. That's what we want. And that's the nice thing about this build too, is we don't have to change a million different things. We only have to change 2 million different things. Here we actually do want to copy up from here, I think. All right, so this should be, yes, the top 2. Yes, because you've got 1 coming down, and then you've got 2 coming down to here. Then this one should be the top 3 layers. Should be making it through. So we want to see that. Plus yeah, it's the unstacker. Yeah, right there. No, that's the bottom one. Yeah, we want these 2 on top of each other. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, this is a 3-layer shape, and that should be counting from the top. 1, 2, and 3. And that's what we want to come into here, where it's going to then match up with this, which is the bottom layer. And then go in. That's it, my friends. That should be it. All these ones are bad shapes, so those are all going into the trash, as they should. The ones that are still in here, were left over from before, are matching up with the correct bottom shape. That, again, yeah, right there. Oh, this is so nice. It's just working so easily. And look at this. Our Crystal MAM is working. Like I said, it's not super duper fast, but it's working. It is chugging along. And you can see we've got full belts here of this bad shape. But again, it's full belt. I mean, that's pretty cool. So that means when this number is not 4250, when that number gets up to, like, 10,000 or something, it's going to be cruising in and looking good. And I think these are... Oh, no, not yet. Oh, you know what? I think... Did we have a... Yeah. We need to do this. So these guys need to go there. Yep. Alright. That didn't negatively impact us. Here come those top shapes. But yeah, I forgot about this. That we had to do just to be safe. Just to make it work for 3 layers, we had to divert that. So these guys are going to go through. They're going to end up as trash. And which is good. We should be wanting the 2 circle and spike shape coming through. Which, yeah, you can see that is starting to line up, I think. Wait, is that the correct spike? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yep, there we go. So these are good, and these are going to start making it through. And then they will head on down here. This is working now. I mean, I can't imagine it not working. The only thing that's not working is pins. But of course, to add pins in, all we need to do is, I love that there's little messages on here. Please connect. All we need to do is connect it, as the message reads, and add it into the system with one of these guys, right? Like I did with over on the crystal side. And I do think we will get pins eventually here. We've definitely slowed down on jumping up with our operator levels, just because, you know, it takes so many shapes. I mean, look, the smallest one is here. That's 1.5 million, not counting these two. 800,000 on this one. But look at that. That's 800,000, but it's level 40, so it's a higher level than this. So we could increase that. But yeah, this is the smallest one probably here. That's at 37. Yeah, this one's going to get left in the dust a little bit. We could go and bump that up for sure. Where is that? Right there. Oh, good spelling, Gramps. Yeah, look at this. It's just coming in through this one. One doodah. Yeah, it's just delivering through this one. Wow, that is really slow. Is it slow because of the painting? Yeah, wait a second. There's not any fluid here. Is that meant to be, is that white fluid, I think? That's this one. Yes, that is white fluid. Why is that so slow? That is so slow because it's not connected. Well, there you are. All right, let's do this quickly here. A depot white mixer. All right, I'm gonna let those go through, and then I'm just gonna delete all this and all this. I'll let this go. Wow, that's really bad. How did I not catch that? I mean, obviously it's done something. Alright. Get that going back. Get that going back. Alright, so that's all. That's gonna get fixed. So, at this stage in the game, really what I would be doing is just minor little tweaks. And updates. Oh, here's... we're at our first double crystal layer. Double crystal. Okay. So, let's do this. Let's get it going. And here's how we're going to start off. By just copying this whole thing. Right there. And pasting it in there. Not there. Come on. Come on, gang. Alright. Right. Yes, there. What are those 2 X's in the upper over here? I don't know. Alright. So, what we want to do is this is going to be our top layer. As you can see, top layer, that is a bottom layer. So, we're going to come down here, get rid of all of this, put in a global signal receiver. And that signal channel is this lowercase crystal u. Good, good. All right. Then what we want to do is unstack it. So go through an unstacker. And we're gonna send this one along, because this is our base layer. And what is that one, by the way? Yeah, those are uncolored crystals. Alright, so now what's gonna happen? Oh, this one has started with one shape in at 9 points. That's gonna start. Yeah, there we go. All right. So this all comes through here and creates our shape that we want, our crystal shape. And but what we want to do, yeah, and we want it to be crystallized. You can see there's still some of the pots that are full of the old red fluid instead of the new gray fluid. And then what's going to have to happen is it needs to then sit in the bottom half of a stacker waiting for this shape uncrystallized to drop down. So I think maybe we don't have this here. Because it could come up here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's take... and give it 2 spaces. Let's see if that works. Move that there. And we just need a simple little double platform here. Oh my goodness. Yep. See how quickly that shape, regular shape went? Now we've got a 4-layer with color. Great. I'm fine with that. Don't need to run up and around at all. Alright, let's get fluid coming in. And shapes. Alright, so what's gonna happen is now we need, so it's gonna be coming out here. We need a stacker platform. But we kind of want it this orientation because we want these guys from the upper layer to go onto the top. Right? So we're going to have some belt winding to do. And maybe we need to have some trash cans. Oh, yeah, we want to get rid of that. But then this is going to come. It could just go in there. All right. Alright, let's do this the right way. So, anyway, long story short, this guy gets crystallized and sent up here to be matched up with this pin non-crystallized shape. Then that all gets sent through and gets crystallized. So this should be, yep, this is red. Perfect. Now what I'd like to do is let's build a trash platform here. And yeah, let's just grab this guy. Uh-huh. You know what? Let's grab this guy. And we'll do this. There we go. Arg. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna do that. But we need to take those guys and run them elsewhere. Alright, that works. Ah, look at that. Boom. That works. Then, these guys... need to go up here. By Jove. I think we've done it. Now, we need to tell this what we want. This is where it's going to get tricky, because we're going to take our shape. What are we going to tell it? Because we can't tell it this. Can't tell it that. We need to tell it this, but with crystals on the bottom and pins on the top. So here's where we can start using multiple things. Let's get a transmitter. And run that in. Okay, what's our naming convention gonna be here? Boom, boom. We're gonna say this is crystal on the bottom and pins with shapes on the top. Okay. Oh, no. You know what? That's not right. We're just going to call it that. Oh. What just happened there? Nothing. Okay. Then this is going to come in here. And use this shape that we haven't used in a while. And that, we're going to call pins. Oh, yeesh, not that. All right, let's do sooo and then pins on the top. Even though that's not what it is it? Okay. Then right here, right next to it. Oh, that's what we can do. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Let's get another, get a receiver. And that takes pins, or crystal from the bottom. Alright, this is the way to do it. Not, wait, oh, that's the problem. We've got a conflict here. There we go. Okay, that was a conflict because I named the channels both the same thing. Alright, so we take this and we stack it. That's what we want. So that is this. All right. So we're gonna copy that, bring it over here, and do a receiver. Yay. That's not what this is it? Nope. This one is literally just that. It's... Alright. Oh, there we go. Well, that's the reason why none of these are coming in. So these should all make it through. And there's nothing coming in on the top. Why is there nothing coming in on the top? That's because it's so slow back here, right? Isn't that it? That should be coming in from the bottom here. No, we have, all right, we've got an issue here, folks. Wow. There's nothing coming in here. For quite a while. Is that error repeated? Yeah, my dog does not like that one bit. What is going on here? All right. We're definitely, we've lost some stuff. All right, I gotta look at this. Hang on a second. All right, I found the issue. And this only happened because those were spikes. So, yeah, that happened here. because of I ran this wire right through everything. And so these should go through. Wow. Okay. That took a while. In the meantime, we cleared out another shape. Oh no. This one's 3-layer. Alright. So 3-layer means we've got to go back and make some temporary changes. Basically, right here. I need to change this, right? So it's lined up with that. That way, if I have to make these stupid changes again, it's a little easier. I'm just gonna clear those ones out. Alright. That will get us to making 3-layer shapes. Nice and easy. I'm just going to clear all that junk out. Okay. Back to crystals. Look at this. It is working. Yay! Now, let's see. This should be tossing stuff into the trash. Oh, what did we just got? Achievement. Yay, it is tossing stuff into the trash. And this is going into the trash. Now, I'm just gonna manually trash all those. Wait for a minute. Actually, here. There. I'm just going to trash all that. Yay. All right. And look. So far, we're holding. Each layer does have a crystal. As long as every layer has a crystal, then we should be okay. So, to do this again, to duplicate it up again, we're going to have to rework these guys, just like we would on the regular MAM. And we might have to readjust this and create, a couple more channels and keep stacking things. Although I'm thinking, yeah, I think that one that we did, we don't need. Oh, no, we will need it, though. We will. That one that we made actually will be what gets sent up from here. No, the one this thing that we made is useless. That is not needed. Right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah, that is not needed. We will need a similar thing, but not that. So there we go. It is, like I said, it is working. It's a little slow. So am I. So that's, not a huge thing. We could do another trash bin right here. And that's where that shape that we just deleted would come into play. All right, we would need that there. Because that would be this, the bottom from down here and the top from here. So these are still clearing out. And again, just going to be going into the trash. And we can help it along. There we go. Excellent. Tell me That's not working. Yes, it's slow, but it's working. And I think that's it. And I think, again, this just keeps going up and up. This, would run a belt up this way. Just like, this here. And it would come up and take these two stacked bottom pieces with the two crystals and bring them up here and get this one with just the pin dropped in it and then go through its crystallizer. Then it's going to run down here. Why do we have a... Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's fine. That's expected. I think it's working, friends. I think, honestly, I mean, with this part aside, and again, I could leave this here and create a little, you go this way thing, saying if it's 3 layers, you go this way. If it's 4 layers, you go this way. I could do that. Don't know that I'm going to, and actually, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to. I think I'm not right now. Is my thought on the matter. This might not work, actually. So yeah, here's the whole shape. Oh, that's the problem, actually. Yeah, it needs to not do a redirect here. Because now we're built to work from top down. So, yeah, you can see this is getting through. This is the top layer. So, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, then after it does this, then it needs to not go this way, because then it's just going to put all these right into the trash. All right, so here's what we're going to do for 3 layer. We're just going to reroute it here manually, and yeah, it'll just come in this way and go down there. Now, again, we could do a nice little thing here with a 1 to 2 splitter. And what would we do? We'd do this. Bring in our main receiver. Alright, and then do an unstacker. We need to do the same unstacker that we've got on this one here. Alright. And then we say if this is null, then do something. If this is null, then we want it to go this way. Otherwise, we want it to go straight through. Because null means there's no bottom layer. Alright, can I get this built before we have the, before we have all the shapes in? There. I hate that. There we go. But I think these are gonna go straight through. Yes, they are, so we need a knot. That one's not working. Here we go. Okay. Right? Makes sense. I think now we literally, I mean, I know I've said this before, but I think that now we are only going to have 3 and 4 layer shapes. And after a point, it's just going to be 4 layer shapes. That is going to be it. So let's see what happens when this makes it through. Look at that. Our new crystal shape is making it in. Yay. These guys are cruising. Looking gorgeous. This guy's gonna, look at that. I mean, yeah, once that gets going, it's gonna power in full speed. There we are. All right, that one is done. This one is, wait, wrong. This one is 4 layer. So yay, look, it's sending them straight through. That's what we want. So now they're gonna come down here. These are gonna, it's gonna get routed into the trash because they're the wrong shape, but that's fine. All right, as long as it keeps going back and forth between 3 and 4 layer, we are fine. We are golden. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to let this run and see how far it goes. It's not going to run nonstop for the next, 2 days, but it's going to run, and I'm going to see if we can get into a pin shape coming in. And I think I had a comment. There we go. That one's done. Now we're on to a second one. And in that meantime, this will keep running too. And so maybe we'll get it to 3 layers of this. And as far as I'm convinced, the regular shaped MAM is done, with the exception of pins. I think I had a comment saying that it was like in the 50s that they started getting pins. So let's do it. Let's get up there, okay? And I'm sure there's going to be an achievement for a random shape getting up to level 50. Probably one for a random shape getting up to level 100. So let's let it run. Let's let it go. And then that will be next episode. And then we're going to start looking at manufacturing mode. That'll be the next series. These guys are going to keep running in. I'd like to get it up to... I'd love to get that next upgrade too. Get to 550,000. So we'll see, you know, how far we get. I think these little guys are going to be coming in a little bit more regularly. And look, this guy is definitely getting better now that it is working, right? Yes. Where's that one even located in the scheme of things? It comes zigzag all the way up here. And then there. Good. So this is working. In fact, maybe... let's do that. Just to... it seems like this one's getting a little backed up. Maybe we'll add some more trains. All right, beautiful. What's this track? I'm sure that one totally made sense at one point. Where? Oh, that was just a border track. All right, let's get rid of it. All right. This is my OCD kicking in. Not true OCD, but you know, sometimes I gotta have stuff done. All right, my friends. Shapes are cruising. I think we are all set. Like I said, next episode we'll come back and we'll have some changes. We'll make sure things are moving and grooving, and then we will start on manufacturing mode very soon. So if you're interested in seeing that, please subscribe so you can catch my videos when they release, and please toss a like to get the videos out in front of other people. Thanks so much. This is Gramps, signing off.